let's talk about the record. How did this, because this is the first one you've done, the last thing you did as James Mercer was with Broken Bells.
Yeah.
And what, did you learn something new, or did you kind of change as an artist going in to make this new Shins record?
Well, I think from working with Brian, I knew I wanted to work with a producer again.
Okay.
You know, I wanted to have that support and that person who just kind of is a guide, you know, aesthetically and stuff. And a lot of other things I learned, you know, working with Brian and stuff. But that definitely was the big one, and that's why Greg Kurstin is such a thing on the record.
Yeah, and I gotta, you're very lyrically poetic and deep, and where does that come? Does it start with a lyric, or does it start with a riff for you when it comes to song creation?
It starts with music. It starts with like melodies and chords, you know, like a pop song.
And then so the writing is a separate process.
Yeah, it's sort of the thing I guess at that point it's like, okay, I've got to sing something, and generally I've got, you know, there's some sort of emotional content to the melody and stuff already, so I just try and figure out like what is this that's being expressed, and try and get some words that kind of fit that.
Yeah, and what is James Mercer's most creative space? Is it middle of the night? Is it out somewhere else, or where does it happen for you?
I mean, I think honestly, as far as lyrics go, I mean, it's usually just kind of working. It's like wake up in the morning and get to work on it. Yeah, it's just writing, you know. And
are you all constantly doing that?
Drafting and stuff like that. No, I'm not constantly doing that. That is something I procrastinate on.
Okay.
So I'm pretty constantly sitting down with the guitar and messing around and trying to come up with new song ideas, those melodic little hooks and things.
Yeah.
That I enjoy a lot, and it's kind of a habit. The writing of lyrics, though, is like, it can be a little bit like homework, you know?
Well, it's, I mean, and again, I've gone back, and I'm not a guy that goes and looks up lyrics online, but I've done that for you because they are so intricate and deep, and it's almost, you read it as prose. It's do you write it like that, or is it not conscious?
I sometimes want it to read like prose, or something that can stand on its own without the music. It's often hard to do that, but you know, yeah, I try.
One of my and I think probably one of the big moments for the Shins career was landing New Slang in Garden State.
Yeah.
Going back, obviously we're going back a few albums, but that song's always been very important to me. How did that song come about?
Man, it was sort of a different. It was a different type of song in a way than how it ended up. There was a different sort of rhythm to it and stuff. But it was one, I just really liked the melody of the verses, and that's what I had first, was the verses. And I decided I really ought to just go ahead and try and finish this thing, and then I accidentally came up with that intro, which is kind of the whole hook of the song.
Yeah, that
whole thing.
Yeah, and which everybody tries to do, that only you can do perfectly.
I wish I could do it perfectly. You know, but like, yeah, so I encourage the audience to come.
Yeah, it's a great sing-along. It's a great sing-along.
Yeah, cool.
And with this record, Simple Song, the current single, again, creation on that one, how was that developed? Is there a story or influence behind that?
I mean, that song is probably influenced by Amy Linton's writing. She's a songwriter from Albuquerque who's really great songwriter. And she was in a band called the Eiler Set. I think might still be doing some more Eiler Set stuff. But and her love for mod music really kind of is what turned me on to like mod bands in the 60s, and so that's where I think that weird march comes from.
Yeah.
And I called the song Simple Song because I wrote like the first two verses really kind of just as I was playing it, just like 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Just that. I thought it was going to be a really easy song to write, and then I came came to the chorus and was stumped for months.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Kind of sat on the shelf.
Yeah, but I still call it a simple song, even though it's really hard to write.
And now you guys are on the road right now.
Yeah.
In support of the new record coming out.
Yeah.
What do you listen when you're just on the road? You're hanging out. What are you listening to right now? What's playing for you?
You know, I haven't really. I have a new iPhone actually, and I don't have anything on it.
Yeah.
But what have we been listening? War on Drugs has been floating around with the band. There's all kinds of cool stuff for Antlers. People seem to be digging.
Do you have any time to check out shows while you're here?
Saw M. Ward play because he played before us. But that's how busy I've been.
Yeah, no,
I'll see the bands that play with us.
You're in heavy demand right now.
Yeah.
And where do you off to from here?
We're doing a thing at a parking lot, on the top of a parking lot.
Yeah, that's how South by goes.
That's it. That's right.
James Mercer, thanks so much for stopping by, taking the time. Love the new record. Go pick it up Tuesday.